track with Jason C set the tone.
What's going on, everybody?
No snooze, no slack, lace tight, mic on and we run that track. Coffee in the system.
Oh man, has the Team USA has really done it to themselves this time, right? This is why you don't put an analyst to manage a baseball team, especially in the big leagues. Oh wait, the Yankees did that, right? But Team USA got, I want to say mollywop because the score was 8-6 versus Italy, but they got crushed, right? It was a zip. They ended up coming back, scoring 6 runs. But now the Team USA is in the hot seat, right? It's a 3-way tie. If Italy wins, it's like the scenarios are crazy. If Italy wins, it'll be a 3-way. If Italy loses, it'll be a 3-way tie or something like that between Italy, Mexico, and the United States. But that's not even the craziest part about all of this, because Team USA, there's no reason why they should have lost yesterday, even with DeRosa putting in the B squad. And that's one of the big things that upset me, right? He put in the B squad. The lineup, you know what? Let's look at the lineup. The lineup had Paul Goldschmidt in there. He had Bryce Terang on the bench. He had a rookie starting. He brought in Ryan Yarbrough there. Mark DeRosa really thought the USA clinched this thing. He really thought USA clinched when we won against Mexico. How is that even possible? I don't even know, guys. I really don't. I'm really mind blown by this. When I saw the lineup yesterday, I was like, what are we doing? Why are we punting a game? We shouldn't be punting a game. We haven't clinched anything. And before the game, he put out an interview where he literally said that they have already punched their ticket into the quarterfinals. And then in the post game, he tried to walk it back and say, oh, he misspoke. No, you didn't misspoke. You didn't misspeak, Mark DeRosa. You said it several times during that interview. I saw the interview too, and I was like, wait, what? We clinched? I didn't know that. And I was thinking that it was true, because I'm thinking, well, you're the manager of Team USA. You would know, right? By the way, you can't find that video, and MLB took it down. That's how embarrassing it is. They took it down. You could find it somewhere, probably if you go on Twitter or on X or whatever, you could find it. But the fact that they thought they won, and I know he's lying. He really thought they clinched, guys. DeRosa really thought they clinched. That's the reason why we had the lineup we had. Because if he had any idea that they didn't clinch it, he would have never did that. He would have had Bryce Harper out there starting at first base. He would have had his A squad. He would have brought in his better relievers. I don't even think he knew during the game. I think he found out like mid-game that, hey, you guys better turn this shit up because you're about to be eliminated. I really think that he found out mid-game, which is absolutely embarrassing, man. Look, we are setting up. We're on the brink of the biggest upset in WBC history, and this will go down in baseball history, man, as one of the biggest upsets. With a team like that, even the B squad is stacked. With a team like USA has, there's no way you lose to Italy like that. There's no, but it's just, look, and it's crazy because as a Yankee fan, right, I'm used to this, man. I'm used to this. I'm used to like us just fumbling. And I don't want to bring the Yankees, it's two different things, right? But it reminds me a lot of the same stuff. Just fumbling the bag, punting games, entitlement. This is what this is. This is entitlement, right? And what do I mean by that? I mean that Team USA and Mark DeRosa, them guys really, thought they won it already. They walk into the stadium thinking their shit don't stink. There's no way they're going to lose. And a lot of times, that's how the Yankees do it too, He's overmanaged, thinking too much. Dude, just, look, every game, you got to play every game like it's the last, especially in a tournament like this. I don't care if it's still pool play, especially in a tournament. You play every single game like it's game 7, like it's a must win. He's over here trying to save pitchers for later on in the tournament. My man, you might not even have another game. And then the worst part about it is that it's not even in their hands anymore. I don't even think the players knew. I think the players thought that they were like in the quarterfinals already. Because if you see them, they just kind of like chilling and they're like, oh, whatever, you know. I don't think anybody in Team USA really knew that they could be eliminated until like halfway through the game, right? Somebody went in there, was like, hey, hey, DeRosa, somebody peeked in the dugout. Get your ass over here. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Mark DeRosa's like, what do you mean? We're good. Like, no, you're not. And they had to explain it to him. And the math is weird too. The way they do the tiebreaker. Basically, let me switch over here because I think, hold on, screen share. All right. So basically, USA advances if Italy wins or Mexico allows 6 runs or Italy allows 5 runs. Look, if you try to do the math and everything, I mean, it's not rocket science, but it's the fact that we're in this situation is embarrassing. The fact that we're in this situation and the fact that it's out of our hands, it's out of the USA's hands. I know MLB is pissed. Look, Mark DeRosa, he cannot, man, I don't want this guy managing my team or any team that I'm going for, quite honestly. Yeah, this is a huge blunder on the biggest stage, and this is not what baseball wants. Baseball needs United States to advance, right? They need them to advance. This is nationally televised stuff, right? Fox, for the first time, Fox was covering the WBC and had games on Fox, like their actual channel, the channel you get for free, even with a satellite, right? Not FS1 or FS2, freaking Fox. They usually only do like World Series games and stuff like that. And they had USA on there. You think they want to cover freaking Italy versus another team? No, they don't. That's not going to get the ratings that they want, that they're looking for. This is a big mistake. I'm telling you. They should have went out there and really ran their A squad. That's what was supposed to happen. They should have went out there and brought everybody out there, pull out, all their guns, pull out all the stops, man, and make sure that you get into the quarterfinal. And then you worry about the quarterfinal game when that comes. But instead, they try to get cute, and this is what happens, right? And this is what happens. So, look, MLB got a big problem. Another big thing, right? The elimination game, the most important game of this tournament so far is Mexico versus Italy. And this shit is being broadcast on Tubi, bro, on Tubi. You can't even watch it on Fox, FS1, FS2, MLB Network. No, you need Tubi to watch this. This is not how anyone drew this up, right? And look, and I get it. The players got to play, and Judge going over, striking out in a big moment there in the 9th. You can't have that. You got to do more, right? But this one's on DeRosa to me, and it's on the team too because you got to play better. But at the same time, you didn't have everybody in there. Like I know Bryce Harper's going to be pissed. Look, if United States gets eliminated, if they don't get to play another game, oh my God, to go out like that is sorry. Is really pathetic. It really is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Hopefully that's not the case, right? Hopefully that's not the case. But I'll be honest, man. Hoping that Mexico's going to score 5 or more runs and like again, I'm going to say it, the fact that the United States is in this situation is beyond me, man. This is, but as a Yankee fan, I'm used to this already, right? The disappointment is like, they went and did, I'm telling you, they played the game like they were entitled. They played the game like they had already clinched the quarterfinal. They played it like they were guaranteed another game. And I'm telling you, Mark DeRosa really, truly believed He believed that they clinched. I don't know why, right? I don't know what in his right mind made him think that they clinched. He's a fucking idiot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry. That's just it's incompetence, man. It really is. I don't want to curse and stuff, but it pisses me off. This is the stuff that gets me mad. I get mad with Aaron Boone when he does this stuff. I'm like, what are we doing? Come on, guys. You're the freaking manager of this stuff. You're the guy. You're supposed to know this. Yet you're asleep at the wheel all the time. Crazy, man. Sad. Sad. Yeah. Judge didn't look. Judge is choked too yesterday. And here's the thing, man. But he's had a good WBC. Right? He's had some moments, but the big moment, he didn't get it. But here's the thing. Like I really feel like sometimes like this was his one opportunity to win something. Like he might not get another chance, Aaron Judge, to win something. Aaron Judge is never gonna beat the allegations. He's never gonna beat the allegations with the way he performed yesterday. He's just not, man. Like, you gotta do better, man. You can't swing at a ball for strike 3 to end the game. You know? You gotta do better than that. Let's see what we got. Let me get to the chat, man. This is gonna be a quick one, guys. I wasn't even gonna come on, but I felt like I had to because it was just boiling in me. I was just so upset. Even watching the game yesterday, I was like, "What are we doing?" Because I didn't look at the lineup before the game. I just turned on the game. Was like, okay. And when I saw the line, I was like, "What? Why is Paul Ghost? Why is he playing? Why? When you have Bryce Harper there, why is he playing? Why?" You know, like. And then when they bring in Ryan Yarbrough, I said, "Oh, they're punting this." When they brought him in, I was like, "Oh, we're punting. They really think they got this." It's just absolutely incredible, man. Let me say what's up to the chat, though. Joel Hernandez. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, wrong thing. Joel Hernandez says Italians always been good at baseball. I'm not saying they're bad at baseball or anything, but look. I really feel like if we put our best arms out there and our best players, we would have won. And even if we would have lost, it's like, okay, you put your best out there. But the fact that you didn't even put your best and you put your fate, you literally put your fate in somebody else is saying, look, Italy and Mexico, they probably call each other right now, like, yo, let's just not score at all to like the 8th inning, and we'll just make this a 1-inning game and may the best team win. Just to make sure that Mexico doesn't score enough runs to limit the chances of USA advancing. And we already know Mexico does not. Team Mexico hates Team USA. The manager literally went up there and said he hopes the only thing he'd rather have instead of playing USA in life is hitting the lotto. He literally said that. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but that's what he said, pretty much. He's not the reason the offense is trash. No, I get what you're saying, but you don't understand, Welkin. Like, if I'm the type of person, right? If I lose, so be it, right? We lost, but we put our best out there. He didn't even put the best squad up there or his best pitchers. He literally ran the B squad. He punted the fucking game thinking that they were already clinched. This is the shit that the Yankees do this all the time. We punt games like, okay, we're good, you know? And then later on, we're like, oh, wait a minute. We probably shouldn't have punted those games because it actually became important. He literally punted this game. He punted this game. And I don't care if you're playing Italy. I don't care if they were playing freaking Chechnya, right? Or whatever the team is. I don't care if they were playing them. If you haven't clinched it, you need to win, right? Like, he messed up. And Riley, look, Kyle Riley not in the line, even though Riley hasn't done nothing, but still he's Kyle Riley, you know? And the fact that even then, right? So here's my thing though, Woken, is what you gotta understand. And even when we were down, right, it got to a certain point, I'm like, okay, all right, we're losing. Let's come back, right? This B squad ain't working. He still didn't pull these guys out. He was letting Paul Goldschmidt get in his at-bats. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? It's time to bring in the guns, man. It's time to bring in the big dogs. Take freaking Paul Goldschmidt out. Put in freaking Bryce Harper, start pinch hitting, start doing something. No, he didn't. This dude, I don't know. Good morning, Katie. It's sad, man. The real game to watch is DR in Venezuela. Yep. Woken, I'm not saying that Bryce Harper, he's not doing great either. I get you. But I'd rather have Bryce Harper in there than Paul Goldschmidt. Like any day, right? I'd rather have Bryce Harper batting than Paul Goldschmidt. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna lose with your best guys. But if you're gonna lose, if they get eliminated today, the fact that they went out like that with the B squad, I'm telling you, even like a guy like Bryce Harper, I know he probably won't say it publicly, but I know deep down he's pissed. Like, I didn't even get to play another game. The last game, like, it's pathetic. Or Alex Bregman, right? What happened to him? Like, there was so many times that he could have, brung guys in to pinch. Like, I don't know, man. I'm telling you right now, he fumbled it, man. DeRosa really, he messed that up, man. He did. Hanzu says, I just get this weird feeling, but this Team USA isn't likable, arrogance, and killed the team despite having a talent in the world. Talent falls short. No, and I agree, Hanzu. That's what I'm saying, that this team walked in there arrogant. They walked in there like entitled, like they already won. And that's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. You got to play. But I really think that, obviously, look, the offense has been lackluster. Even with them scoring like a lot of runs this past few games, they should have been blowing teams out 30-zip with the amount of runners in scoring position they've been leaving. It's crazy. They got to do better, right? If they actually make it to the quarterfinal, they better do better than what we've seen. The sad part is, I think they will. I think they've realized that, we got to turn it up. Like, we got to start turning this shit up. But the thing is, might be too late. They might not even get another game. That's the sad part. That's the really sad part. That's the most disappointing part. If they won, like, let's say it was like, hey, if you win, you move on. If you lose, you're eliminated, and it's in their hands. They get to play it. That's different. But the fact that they have to sit in their hotel rooms and watch another team play to decide their fate, you never want to be in that situation. And they shouldn't be in that situation. It's inexcusable. It really is. And I don't care. Mark DeRosa, he can never manage Team USA ever again. He really can't. Or any team for that matter. He blew it. He blew his shot, man. He blew his shot. John DeBeagle says, oh, yeah. John DeBeagle said, good USA can eat humble pie. The rest of the competition are born in the USA and should not be playing for other countries. Well, John DeBeagle, Dad, I disagree with you on that part, man. I really do disagree with you. Why? If like me, right? I'm born in the United States, right? I'm going for Team USA, first of all. I was born in the United States. My mother was born in Dominican Republic. My father was born in Puerto Rico, right? I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican, and I'm American, right? If, let's say I'm a baseball player, right? And Team USA doesn't want me to play for them, but Team DR wants me to play for them, then why not go play for Team DR? I read your comment before when you said this, because you're upset that Wells is playing for Team DR. Why not play for Team DR? So you expect him to not play in the WBC because United States didn't invite him? You got to understand, it'd be different if United States said, hey, we want you to play with us, and then DR said, we want you to play with us too, and he went with DR. And even then you couldn't be mad at him. But the fact, if a player was born in the United States, but he has lineage in other countries through his parents or whatever it is, and he goes play for that other country, who cares? Who really, guys, who freaking cares? Especially if USA didn't invite them. What are you supposed to, is he supposed to not play? Just so this is different, bro. This is baseball, guys. This is baseball. It'd be different if this was war, right? If you're going to fight against somebody, that's different. This is baseball. Come on. That's like me, right? I'm a Yankees fan, right? My son is a Yankees fan. Let's say one day, hopefully, by the grace of God, he could be a baseball player. but the Yankees don't want him, but the Angels do. Is he supposed to be like, well, my loyalty is to the Yankees, so I guess I won't play baseball ever again? No, you go play for whoever wants you to play. That's how it is, man. Then it's not the John. I'm gonna be honest with you, John. You make no sense, brother. When people talk like that, man, you sound. I don't know. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And that's coming from like you would understand. I don't know if what's your lineage or your heritage or whatever wherever you're from, right? But you would understand if you were, let's say, your parents were from a different country, right? It might feel a little bit different. So the fact that Austin Wells is playing for Team DR, who cares, right? Good for him, man. I hope he gets better being around so much great hitters. I hope he gets better over there, right? You know, I don't see a problem with it, to be honest. If you guys have a problem, let me know, because I don't. But anyway, let's go move on from that, because Team USA, big letdown. Hopefully they actually get to advance. I hope that they actually make it to the next round so that way they can right the ship, right? But on other news, right, yesterday's news, Spencer Jones option to the minor leagues. Kind of knew that was going to happen, along with Elmer Rodríguez. Elmer Rodríguez, that one, I understand why they did it, because he's at the WBC anyway. If he was here, if he was at Yankees camp right now, they probably wouldn't have done it so fast, right? Because Carlos Legrand is still there. They probably would have left him. But the fact that he's over there, I mean, like, whether we like it or not, we kind of knew that these guys were not going to get a chance. Oh, I pulled out the wrong thing. Hold on. We knew that these guys weren't going to get a chance, not straight out of spring training. That's not to say that later on in the season, one of them can't get called up. I don't know. I still think that I hope we see Spencer Jones at some point this season in the big leagues, whether he's ready or not. Like, just give him a chance. Let's find out what we got with this guy. Let's really find out. Bring him to the big leagues. Let him get his cup of coffee, and let's find the hell out. If not, let's move on. Because the fact that he's still in the minor leagues, man, Spencer Jones has been on season 1 like 3 years now, 4 years. Let's do something, right? The fact that he's not even in the top 100 anymore in prospects. A report came out the other day that the rest of the league, the Major League Baseball, is not high on Spencer Jones. They don't think he's as good as the Yankees are portraying him to be. And I don't think the Yankees think he's as good as they thought he was going to be. Because if they did, we already know when Cashman and when the Yankees really like somebody, they roll out the red carpet for that player. When they really believe in somebody, they roll out the red carpet. And they don't do that for Spencer Jones. And they don't do that for Jason Dominguez. By the way, they both hit a home run yesterday. They're kind of doing it right now for Carlos Legrand here. He's getting a little bit of that red carpet treatment by the Yankees. And rightfully so. He's earned it. I would like to see him make the team out of camp. A lot of people don't agree. But look, I don't care if he hasn't played enough AAA time. It doesn't matter. When you throw 102 consistently, that plays everywhere. So just bring him up. Bring him up. That's what I say. Let him make the team. But let's see. We will see what the Yankees do. Joel says, it makes the performance for USA worse than the best American players choke no matter what their heritage. Yeah. Not everybody choked though, man. Like, people have, but look, it's baseball. You can't always come through. I understand that, But yeah, it's been lackluster. They're supposed to be better than this. They really are. One person who didn't choke yesterday was Pete Crow Armstrong on PCA. He hit 2 bombs. It's just, for me, I think is I don't know, with this team, man. I'm telling you, I get watching these games. It gives me Yankee vibes. Like, I'm watching the Yankees. And we're talking about WBC. Let me switch back to this. I get the vibes like I'm watching the Yankees again, right? Leaving runners in scoring position. no timely hitting, no situational hitting. Everybody's trying to be the hero. Everybody's trying to be a hero and punting games, right? Not putting your best out there, like not putting your best foot forward. I don't know why they didn't put their best out there yesterday. I have no idea. Maybe they were saving them for the quarterfinal that might never come. To me personally, I really think that this dude, that I'm talking about Mark, I really think that he really completely thought they were in. I don't know why. All I can say is that's entitlement. It's incompetence. It's entitlement. It's everything. Like, there's just no way. There's no way. And again, I'm gonna say it again. That's why you don't put an analyst to freaking manage a big league club. You know. Unfortunately, that's what the Yankees did. Welker says Spencer Jones could hit 30 home runs in spring training with 10% K rate. He wouldn't make the team. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're right. We already knew that, guys. We were hoping. A lot of us was hoping he gets a chance, or Jason Dominguez, or somebody. We already knew he was done. Like, the Yankees just don't do that. You know what gets me mad? What really makes me upset, right? With Spencer Jones and all this stuff. What really makes me upset is that, look, if you're not hiring him, if you really don't truly believe in him, then just trade him. There's movement. I get it. But the thing is that the Yankees, they do this all the time. The value has gone down so much on him that now they don't want to trade him because they've invested too much in him to trade him for peanuts. They could have look, I'm going to tell you right now, the Phillies just extended, right? They just signed Jesus Luzardo. Whether you like Jesus Luzardo or not, he is, I'm not going to say top 10. He's a good pitcher, right? I would rather have Jesus Luzardo on this team than Spencer Jones right now. You know, a guy who's not even going to make it to the big leagues this year, probably, right? A few years ago in 2022, or was it 23? I can't remember. This was the mid-season. When the Marlins, was it mid-season or trade deadline? The Marlins were looking to trade Jesus Luzardo, and the Yankees would not trade Spencer Jones for him, right? They were trying to make a package. They would not do it. The same way the Yankees would not trade Oswald Peraza and freaking and Anthony Volpe for Luis Castillo a few years back. And that's the thing that gets me mad a lot of times with the Yankees, that, look, I like Spencer Jones. I want to see him succeed. I want to see him make it. But, man, we've passed up on so much because we refuse to trade this dude. We passed up on so many players because we refused to trade Volpe. We passed up on so many players because we refused to trade Peraza. And then when it comes down to it, it gets to the point where we end up getting rid of them for peanuts. I could say the same thing for Esteban Florial. For a long time, he was untradeable. Like, the Yankees always, there's a reason why they're 26. Their farm system's ranked 26 in all of major leagues. Like, and I get it. Sometimes fans don't want to believe it. And me as a fan, I'm a Yankee fan. Sometimes we don't want to believe this, man, but a lot of these guys are not as good as we think, right? Or they're not going to pan out. And if they do, and if they are, they're never going to get a shot anyway, right? There's a lot of fans, they're like, you can't trade him. You can't trade him. I'm like, then what are we going to do? Leave him we're going to leave him in the minor leagues forever? We can't do that either. So if we're not going to put him in the big leagues ever, then let's just trade him, right? And get something that can make an impact now. They don't do that. My man Black says, what makes it incompetent when he has all the players he has? Ex-major leaguer as well. I know, I get you. He's an ex-major, but the thing is that he's never managed, right? He's never managed. I don't care if you're ex-major leaguer. Don't get me wrong. Nobody's taking none. He's way more qualified than I will ever be, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he is never managed. This is the same reason I don't want Jorge Posada. Everybody wants Jorge Posada to be the next manager of the Yankees. I don't want that. I need somebody who's managed before, right? If you've never coached, there's the same reason they say, like, some players are not good coaches. It doesn't, or because you were a player doesn't make you a good coach, right? A good manager. The fact that he didn't know, look, I'm gonna be honest, it's incompetence. The fact that he did not know that they were still on the hot seat, the fact that I'm talking about Mark DeRosa, the fact that he thought they clinched, right? Before that Italy game, he thought they clinched. He said it out his mouth. I didn't say it. You didn't say it. He said it. The fact that he thought that is incompetence at any level. I don't care. I don't care, bro. It's incompetence, man. There's no way around that, dude. And if you don't believe that, man, I don't know what to tell you. That's incompetence, bro. You can't do that. If I was in a job, if it was a real job, like in a job, a big situation. Look, if Team USA gets eliminated today without even playing, if they don't make it to the quarterfinal, he's never gonna manage USA again. Right? I don't know how. Whoever makes those decisions, they can't have him manage USA again. Bro, that is a fireable offense, right? I get it's just Team USA is a tournament, but this is a fireable offense. That's like me saying, and they're like, yo, what are you doing? You know, it's game 7. Why are you putting this whack team out here? You know, why are you putting your B squad and you're not putting your best foot forward? And be like, oh, I thought it was game 6. No. He went out of his way to say they got it in a bag, essentially. Man, I don't know what you're saying, man. I don't know if you think. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that it's incompetence, brother. The fact that he thought that they clinched the quarterfinal before the Italy game is incompetence. I'm saying that, look, and even if, so here's the thing, because it's an all-star team, even the bench is nice. But I guarantee you, I'm not putting Paul Goldschmidt over Bryce Harper, especially when they started losing, when they were down already. I'm talking about middle of the game. I'm like, okay, look, all right, now it's time to get this dude out of here. Start bringing in your big guns in there. He didn't do that. That's why I'm telling you, look, he could say, oh, he misspoke. And no, it's bullshit, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man, I wasn't born yesterday, right? I was born that night, but I wasn't born last night. My man, you thought that y'all had clinched and you didn't find out until like mid-game. I'm telling you, he didn't find out mid-game. And that's why they were like, oh, we got to turn this thing up. Because if not, he would have never did that, you know? He would have been trying to do more, you know? And when I say trying to do more, I'm not, look, I get it, right? Like Alex Bregman for Gunnar Henderson, because Gunnar Henderson was playing third, like that's probably it's a tough move to make. But definitely Paul Goldschmidt, right? You bring in Bryce Harper for that. I'm trying to think other, and then the pitching too. You go with better pitchers than that. No, yeah, he still choked, but he should have been out there a lot earlier. I think that the only reason he brought him out, but he brought him out too late. That's what I'm saying. He brought him out too late. That's why I said at mid-game is when he realized, oh shit, like we gotta win. Like we can't lose this game. Mid-game, he realized that. Mid-game. If not, you don't have Ryan Yarbrough out there. Look, I love Ryan Yarbrough because he's a Yankee, but let's be honest. The man throws 70 miles per hour. If he's not perfect, he's like Marcus Stroman. If he's not perfect, it's batting practice, dog. Like, it really is. Who said Andrew? Yeah, we all know you're going for Team Mexico, Andrew. We all know that. But yeah, man, I don't know. Look, you can say what. Look, you guys could agree with me, disagree with me. It doesn't matter. You go with your best team, right? You go with your best team, man. It's okay to lose. Like, look, you can't win everything. You can't win. This is the same thing. Like, This is like and I hate to bring this back up, like Aaron Boone bringing in Nestor Cortez instead of Tim Hill to face freaking Shohei and Freddie Freeman. This is the same thing. It's incompetence at its finest, bro. It's like you didn't go with your best. And see, moves like that is what haunts you at night. This is what haunts you. It's the same thing. Like, look, man, if I give something my all, right? Let's say I'm trying to make a team or something or whatever it is, and I give it my all, and I'm not good enough, then hey, I just wasn't good enough, right? I gave it all I got. But if I don't give it all I got, right? If I know like, damn, I could have done more. That's what really kills you, man. That's what will eat you up and keep you up at night. I promise you, DeRosa, he didn't sleep last night much, and he's not asleep. And if they lose tonight, oh man, he's gonna be devastated because he knows that what he did is just you can't walk that back. And this is what makes it even worse, guys. This is what makes it even worse. This is how I know that they're lying, bro. MLB took down the video, the interview of him, right? Because he was on the hot stove talking. He had a whole interview and he didn't say it once. It's not like he misspoke once. The whole 7-minute video, he was there talking about they've already punched their ticket to the quarterfinal. He was like, even though we punched our ticket to the quarterfinal, we still want to win this game. My man. And they took the video down. Go try to find it on MLB.com right now. It is down. They took it down. That's how you know this dude fucked up, bro. For real. You fucked up, man. You just no way around it. Just be honest, guys. Like I hate to be him right now, and I feel for the dude, but you screwed the pooch, man. For real. Yeah. I see, and Wilkins, this is where you kill me, Wilkins, right? I get it. Harper hasn't done nothing. He hasn't done much of anything, but I still would rather have Harper in there than Paul Goldschmidt on defense and on offense. There was a few plays that Goldschmidt, like there was one he got it. They chopped it down the line, and I feel like Harper makes that play. Look, you go with your best guys, man. He treated it like it was a game they didn't have to win. He said it he said it himself. Look, guys, right? I'm not making this stuff up. Hold on, let me take this out. He said it, right? I'm talking about Mark Dory. He's the one. He said it. He said it himself in a 7-minute interview. He said it probably 10 times in that interview. He said that they punched their ticket to the quarterfinals. They're good, man. That's why we saw what we saw yesterday, the lineup that we saw. He really thought, I'm going to say this for the last time before I get at it. He really thought they were in the quarter. They clinched. He really thought that, man. And the fact that he really thought that is beyond me, man. That's incompetence. To me, you can never, especially if they get eliminated. Look, if somehow the Team USA, they make it to the quarterfinals, right, after today's game, cool. And they go off and they have a great, then okay, all is forgotten. We're over it. But if they don't, I'm telling you, man, this dude right here, if you think is making headlines right now, if somehow Team USA doesn't make it in, I'm telling you. And I know Mark DeRosa, he's waiting for a team to call him to get his managing shot, to manage a team. This ain't a good look for him. It doesn't hit. It doesn't help. Yeah. Well, welcome, man. Welcome. Look, bro, here's my thing with you, Welcome, right? What you're saying is right, but if you have to choose between Bryce Harper and Paul Goldschmidt, you're going with Paul Goldschmidt. That's what it boils down to, right? I'm not saying that Harper is the best thing on earth and he still got it. I never said that. If you have to choose between Bryce Harper and Paul Goldschmidt, you're going with Paul Goldschmidt. That's on you, bro. I disagree. 99.9, almost 100%. I disagree. You found the video? I could find the video, but you can't find it on MLB because I was trying to look. It was there yesterday. It's not there today. If I go on Twitter, I'll find it, but I don't want to play it because I don't want to get a copyright. Let me see. You know what? Anyway, it's there. It's on the internet somewhere. It is definitely on the internet. But MLB took it down. MLB took it down. That's what I'm saying. Look, it's incompetence, brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's all DeRosa's fault. If USA doesn't make it, yep. But I tell you what, man, Team PR, they had a big opportunity yesterday and they didn't clinch it. So PRs, they got to win today too. They got to win today. And you know what's the saddest thing? The thing that upsets me the most. I'm telling you, I'm the execs, the MLB execs right now, the people who put this together, they did not have this planned out like this. They are not happy, right? If Team USA does not move on, they are not happy. Their sponsors aren't happy. A lot of people aren't happy. Look, a lot of people putting money behind this team, dude. Sponsorships and everything because it's supposed to be exciting. If they don't move on, you think next WBC is going to be, you think Fox is going to want to, take on games and broadcast it nationally? They might not. But if you play the main lineup, then you don't have PCA 2 home runs. Yeah, but you might not need PCA's 2 home runs at that point. You might not need his 2 home runs at that point. It's not the point. Look, we could say, oh, what if and this and that. It doesn't matter. The fact that you got to go with your best, right? If you lose with your best, that's different. If you lose with your best team out there and pitchers, and I'm not only talking about the lineup, I'm talking about pitching too. If you lose with your best, hey, so be it. But I promise you that if they don't make it to the quarterfinal, bro, I'm telling you, he's gonna lose sleep and I don't see him ever managing Team USA again. How could you? How could you? You go with your best. You go with your best. Welken thinks that Paul Goldschmidt is a better player than Bryce Harper. You're probably right, man. I don't think so. I don't. Yeah, man. But anyway, folks, man, that's going to do it for me. I got to get out of here real quick. Take my son to practice. Again, Team USA, look, I hope that they somehow they make it to the quarterfinal. But the fact that it's out his hand, and it's not only Mark DeRosa's fault. And I get what you guys are saying. It's the team, the players got to play too. The players got to play too. But the fact that he thought that they had already clinched, and he didn't put his best team, I feel like that there was moves out there that he could have done. And maybe we still lose, right? Maybe he puts the best team and we still lose. And that's baseball. But the fact that you didn't have your best players out there, the fact that you played that game as if you had another game guaranteed, that's a no-no to me, man. That's bad. It's bad. I would promise you, I feel like if he knew that this could be it, this could be their last game, he doesn't manage it the way he did yesterday. He manages it completely different. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the video if you haven't. I'm going to try to come on later. Again, I'm going to try to come on later. But I got things to do, so we'll see. Let me get a couple more before I go. Oh, so PR clinched already? Okay. Nah. They had half their bench out there. It's not even because even Team USA's bench is an all-star team. I think they could have done more. I think they left Yarbrough out there too much. They could have done more. I don't even know why they went to him pretty much. And I get it because there's rules and the pitching rules. I really feel like they could have done more. I guarantee you, like if you, Mark DeRosa will tell you, right, behind closed doors, he will manage that different. If the United States does not make it to the quarterfinal, I bet you he will manage that game different if he could. Right? If he could. I'm talking about in everything. He will play it like it's the championship game, which he should have. And that's my thing. You play every game like it's a freaking championship game. You play every game like you don't have another game, especially in a tournament, you know? And this is the reason why the Yankees never do good in the playoffs and stuff like that. Because we always playing like we have another game to play. And it's not always the case. You play every game as if it's your last. That's what I think. But anyway, folks, I got to get out of here, man. I got to go. I appreciate you guys. I'm not sure if they clinched though, Puerto Rico. Somebody make sure and let me know in the comments after the game. But anyway, folks, I appreciate it, man. I got to get out of here. Have a great day. Take care. Let's go USA, man. Let's go. Freaking Mexico. Mexico needs to score 5 or more runs. That's all I know. Yeah. Peace, y'all. Take care.